Ahoy, mateys, and welcome aboard. So glad to see you this morning. Hey, if you're catching this on the replay, don't forget about that thumbs up thing. The lighting is not playing ball with me. Let me try something. I do have the Lucy light, but I'm not sure I have the... All right, put that over there. I had the, what's that called? Bluetooth speaker plugged in. And now I got the Lucy light, which the cord is all wrapped up because it was in traveling mode for last week or last Wednesday. I don't know. It was in traveling mode. We are actually at headquarters today. I was going to try to go across the street to the park and use that signal over there. And it's raining. That's one thing. And the other is I was up at 4 a.m. and I don't know what light I want. I want that one, but I don't want it as bright. Oh no, we lost some firefighters in a cargo ship fire. That's sad. Michelle, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, it looks like she's having a great time up there. I sent her a comment. Do the cops ever really go to that the donut shop? And I wanted to say that Tony should have bought her one of those big long, what'd the lady call it? Canadian custard? Not Canadian custard. I can't remember what she called it, but it was definitely a type of cream cheese. Nancy Drew, welcome aboard. Timmy Ray, welcome aboard. It's so good to see you. Wow, we got 7 in the house already. Must be raining wherever you all are. Let me check this message from Sonia, the blue-eyed Cherokee Princess. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Let me look at She sends voice messages through Facebook. Okay, I'll let you know, Sonia. Maybe you're lurking. If you haven't figured it out yet, I usually go live at noon on Saturdays. Kyle, welcome aboard. Yeah, that was Sonia, blue-eyed Cherokee Princess. She said she was going to stop in this morning. We'll see. Everybody's eating chicken wings down by Timmy down in Louisiana. Cool. Chicken wings kind of sounds good right now. Okay, James, welcome aboard. Just making sure that I've got everything covered here. Yeah, Tony's got a super nice van. And maybe he'll be taking things over. We'll see. All I want is whatever's best for her. That's how it is. That's how it has to be. It's the weekend, of course, Nancy Drew. I totally agree with you. Yesterday, I was like, okay, finally got to where I could sit down for a few minutes. That was like 7:30 last night. I was finally able to take a few breaths of air. And I was having a Pepsi and chatting with Dennis the Menace. Don was gone. He normally, because the Sabbath starts on Friday evenings. He usually gets out of here by 5:30, 6 o'clock. Well, he's a little late getting out of here last night, so I'm sure he was getting a little anxious. But anyways, Dennis and I were chit-chatting till about 8 o'clock, and then I said, I can't go any longer. I got to go eat, and then once I eat, I go bang. Brandon wants to know if I can jump around like Buzz Buddy. No, not today. I'm still tired. If the sun comes out, right? I went out to the truck to get a couple things, like this Lucy light that I just hooked up was still in the other truck, and it's wet. We had rain showers this morning, and it's chilly. If I've thought about doing this live stream from the park, but it's wet, it's dark. This Lucy light wouldn't cause enough light to be able to see very well. I shouldn't say it's dark. It's just cloudy, gloomy, and chilly. I might have had to wear a shirt. But here in the house, I'm okay. A blanket, hello. Now, I like that, Linda. Let's all gather around on our beach blanket and say hello. I hear you, Michelle. Yeah, it's things change. Sometimes they change like you're not thinking they're going to change. I thought when I finally got to the point where pretty much have Holly moved, she's been gone a week and a half now. And, my Pictured Rocks trip was fantastic. Although it was a prelude for coming changes that I'll talk about here in a minute. It's difficult on the phone. It's difficult to sit on a beach blanket on the phone. I see kids doing it all the time. Anyway, yeah, so I knew even when I was at Pictured Rocks that things were changing. And I was starting to get a little blue about that back then. But I kind of just tried to brush it off. And then, kind of last week, you finally get to a point where you got to admit it to yourself that, you're not in the picture. And what can I say? The other things that are changing, well, hey, by the way, they're changing for Tina as well. But the other things that are, and I learned something about that I want to share, but I'll share it in just a few minutes. And I borrowed it from somebody else. I thought, well, that was a cool saying. It's rather obvious. It's common sense, but bears repeating. Anyways, back to last night. I just was so tired. The day before, basically about 24 hours prior to my finally getting to sit down, Don and Dennis had to push La Fortuna from just down the street into the yard where she's parked now. She's parked right in front of Serendipity 2.0. Oh, I hear you, Linda. Yeah, I have that too, Michelle. And I woke up with some premonitions. Was it yesterday morning? And a totally different subject. But I'm glad that I followed my intuition and I did some follow-ups online, and I reached out to Nancy Adams, then Blue Lane, and she came back and confirmed my suspicions. It's about a collaboration with a company for dinero. For those of you that are vloggers, content creators, you need to know this. If you get a contract invite, okay, and you think, wow, this sounds really good, be wary. Don't click on any links. Do some background checking. Go to Google and then maybe type in the extensions like aznet.uk or AK or whatever you might find. See if you can find out where these emails are coming from. And if it's an SCR file, do not click on it. Do not click on it. It's got prophylactics attached to it. Diane Phoenix, welcome aboard. Yeah, I said prophylactics. I guess it'd have been easier to say Trojans. In other words, they're phishing. You think you're going to a legitimate website that you're going to sign up and get paid for promoting a product on your live streams or on your videos, and that's a good thing. We all want to make a few bucks. Part of my hackles got raised is when I wrote back to them and they didn't reply. I said, this really sounds good. I'm interested in doing business with you. I'm honored because I'm a very small creator. Are we by chance stepping on any YouTube toes? I think maybe perhaps that's why they did not answer me. So, it was over a week and I hadn't heard back from them. So that's when I started doing this back research. And yeah, Nancy says that there's scammers and they're trying to get your information. And then they'll wipe out your bank account because you're going to give them your bank routing number so they can pay you half up front. And then you produce a video for them to promote the product. And then they're going to pay you half after the fact. Well, once they've got your bank account number, they ain't paying you shit. You're paying them. So, what is that? WYA. Watch your ass. Okay, I kind of got sidetracked here, got on a rant. You should hear Nancy rant. She went crazy about the garbage at, was it Mead Lake or Crater Lake? Somewhere. Yeah. Bad news, People go to watch the fireworks and there's this trash a national monument. Hello? How wrong is that? Caveat emptor. Thank you, KT Spirit One. Gosh, that's almost a clue to a featured channel. Wow. Oh, is Roy here? Yeah, they're there. Welcome aboard. I saw you were on Ron Darrell's the other night, and I didn't get to watch. Didn't get to say anything. Anyways, back to the truck. La Fortuna has died. Now, I did learn that a truck will actually run on water. But not for long. For sure, number 1 cylinder, or no, number 2 cylinder. That would be, if you're facing the engine, it would be the left-hand side. First plug is number 2. Anyways, the spark plug broke. I replaced all 7 spark plugs, and then that one broke. Actually, I didn't break it. Don did. He was trying to get it out, and it broke. And he's like, "Oh, I never had that happen." Mm-hmm. I have. Well, you think it'll run on just 7 cylinders? I said, maybe. So he's standing there watching. And I went in and I cranked it over, and sure enough, it started right up and blew water right in his face. Well, folks, when water is coming out of your number 2 spark plug receptacle hole, whatever you want to call it, it's coming out of the hole like that, and yeah, she's done. Yeah, the block is cracked, water jacket's cracked. Yeah, can it be repaired? Maybe. New head. I've done it once in my life. I really don't want to ever do it again. I'm not into rebuilding engines, okay? The more simple stuff, okay. Anyway, Linda, she's still actually moved, but she's not roadable. I'll be able to move her around the yard. The plan is where Don's van is next to the trailer. I'm going to move the trailer. I'm going to put that makeshift table in there, that great big table for trolls back in there, and I've got to reinforce the table a lot. I'm thinking of tying it off to the fence, putting more braces around it and underneath it just to make it more stable, and got to put patio stones underneath the legs so she doesn't sink into the ground. It was fine on the cement over there, but she wasn't stable. Then get that La Fortuna back up to that table, slide the camper off onto the table. You know, and leave enough room that I can still climb in the camper if I need to. There's a VIP comment. I missed it. Oh, Roy is doing solar installs and running extension cords into quartzite from camp. Oh, a VIP, you are on 5 TV channels today. Channel 82, 99, Channel 87, Channel 65, Channel 109 on Eric's TV station. Thank you, Louisianans and Mississippians, and to all the others on the great and bounding Maine. Thank you for coming aboard. It's so good to have you. If any of you have devices, you know, if your smartphone is capable of accessing YouTube, you can find me on your smartphone at CaptainJackScrapper.com, and you might be my latest subscriber. And on some of your smartphones, you can actually make comments here in the chat, just like Timmy's doing on his phone. How cool. How cool is that? That just warms my heart, and I needed my heart warmed because I've been kind of chilly. You done a head gasket twice on the car and you sold it to get rid of the problems, yeah. So after the camper's off, then pull her forward and get her to the trailer. Hello, Dolly. That trailer is ready to rock and roll. And so La Fortuna, after all of her brand new parts that been put on her are stripped off, and all of the lug nuts are loosened, and anything else that's capable or worth keeping for somebody else who's trying to fix a Dodge, that will she'll get it loaded on the dolly, and I'll try to make a video. I thought about having Serendipity 2.0. Serendipity 2.0 still runs, and she's got a trailer hitch. But Serendipity 2.0 is not very roadworthy due to some major electrical issues that haven't been able to find. And she's got a lot of new parts on her as well. Well, guess what, folks? I think they've both Serendipity 2.0 and La Fortuna have now been replaced by, believe it or not, a 2001 Ford F-150 four-wheel drive. I picked it up yesterday for a song and a dance. It took a couple hours to get it ready. But now hear this. It started right up. So, all four tires are flat. Managed to get the tires aired up. Brake lines broke. Capped the brake line off. Managed to limp it to the gas station to get gas and to get air in the tires. Never did get air in the tires because the damn near slammed into the side of the gas station, because even though the brakes would work a little bit, all of a sudden they'd go all the way to the floor, and yeah. So there's obviously air in the other line that operates either the rear brakes or the front. I don't know which, but yeah, it was scary. Well, then, even before I got to the air pump, that tire will be the right front tire was going flat, fast. So Don had gone to get another tire. And I said, where are you? He's still at the tire place? Yeah, I got one. I says, ask them if how late they're open and would they change the tire for me. Well, that'll cost money. Yeah, I know. Well, they're open at 5:30. I said, I'm on my way. And they changed the tire, all that. $55 out the door. I got a nice right front tire. Now, that doesn't mean I still don't, well, I'll probably still need more tires. It's got a brand new spare under it. It's probably the original from 2001. So anyways, what I'm hoping that you'll do, and I'll do a video here soon, maybe not today, but soon. Oh, I forgot to mention, I think I'm going to strip all the good parts off of Synchronicity. I think I'm going to get rid of both Dodges and just stick with one Ford. My insurance will go down. The township will probably be happy that I don't have quite as many vehicles in my yard. Neighbors might be happier. I don't know. Do I care? A little. I'm not trying to keep up with any damn Joneses, but yeah, I think it will, Linda. Sunday, going to try to get up early. I'm going to start working on it today, but Don's supposed to come over on Sunday. You know, today's his Sabbath, but he's going to come over and we're going to do the brake lines, bleed the brakes, replace brakes. They're left rear is metal to metal. I mean, it squeals. Yeah, it looks okay, Linda. It's got some rust, but hey, it's okay. It's a four-door. Well, the mini four-door, if you want to call it that. It's an F-150, so it's a full-size pickup truck. But it's got, when you open the door, well, then you can open a narrow back door. And, you know, the seat folds up, so you got storage. Or you can fold the seat down and somebody can cramp themselves back in there and ride. I'm not likely to have passengers. There is a God after all, Roy. I got to put that on the screen. I know. I thought for a while maybe it was going to be rich because the Dodge did run on water for a minute. So, all that being said, all 14 of you, and maybe the people down in Louisiana can chime in as well, and Mississippi. I've transferred the plate from La Fortuna to the Ford. And so the plate is a personalized plate. It says Fort 1, Fort 1. Now, to go along with the plate, somehow, some way, I would like to name the Ford. I like to name all of my vehicles. I don't have a name for the Ford. But I do have a personalized plate that says Fort 1. Now, I don't think I want to call it La Fortuna 2.0. Forget that. Anything with the word fortunate might be possible. Or a variation of fortunate. Something that reflects the plate. Fort 1, not Fart 1. Fort, Fort 1. Well, Fortuna, I like that one. KT Sphere at Xterra. Oh, wow. Those, I've heard good things about Xterras. This Ford has been sitting for 2 years. Put the little battery booster on it. Boom, started right up. Runs as smooth as a kitten. In fact, I thought it stalled when I was at the stoplight. Slowed down for the stoplights, waiting for the light to change. And I'm like, oh my God, it's stalled. No, it's still running. It's just nice and quiet. Ford dead. Ford dead. Ford unit. Boy, I tell you, there's some good ones here. I should write all these down. Fart 1. I knew, Carol, you would come up with something. Oh, Fort 1. Yeah, I guess I could call it the same as the plate. But I don't know. There's no hurry. And, ordering the stickers from Sticker Mule, because I had to get some more Captain Jack logos, the big ones to put on the doors and probably one on the tailgate. I do have a license plate that's already the same color as the truck. It's a gray plate, and the truck is gray, silver gray. So, but now, here's another good thing. I got something to drive back and forth to work. Hopefully we have it repaired by, the brakes working properly by no later than 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, because I have to be in Greenville at 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. And I'll be working probably a 7-hour shift. I'm doing both aisle merchandise and cooler merchandise for PepsiCo on Sunday afternoon. Now, what I'm kind of concerned with, I broke my bank, and Don's got some money invested now in it that I got to pay him back. Anyway, I got to make some money, and there's no jobs coming up on the application. I'm like, come on. I just went and replaced the truck so I can get back and forth to work, and now there's no work. Excuse me? Okay, there's scrapping that I can still do, but Ford Shipyard, Fort Trough. Trough, is that a real place, Roy? So anyway, I need to get some more work shifts on the app. Now, Patsy said, oh, there's all kinds of gas station shifts. They don't show up on my app. Why? Well, because the signal was bad yesterday. Today, we seem to be having a little bit better signal. Oh, tonight Holly's not going to be on tonight because I'm not going to her apartment to broadcast. I don't have any breaks. So the broadcast will be from here, just me here in the studio. Or if the weather comes up and the sun's nice, maybe around 4:00, 4:30, I'll wander over there. I have portable green screens. I'll wander over the park and see if the signal's any better for Verizon, or turn Verizon off and glom onto the Algoma Park Systems Wi-Fi, which they have a box right there. I didn't know it, but Don's been using it. I thought he was using my signal somehow, but no, he's been using Algoma Township Wi-Fi. Brake, B-R-A-K-E. Oh, I'll get the brakes fixed. And yes, Fairy Dust, she did. She is in her new place. There's still a lot to do. She's got an inspection coming up in 2 weeks. And I'm going to have to help her as much as I possibly can to get ready for her insurance inspection. Well, insurance, Medicare. I think it's being Humana's the one that's coming in to look, make sure she's good and this and that. Well, when you get handouts from the government, you got to follow government rules, And so she's got a lot to do. Now, beyond that, she's still got 2.5 rooms here at the cottage full of her stuff. I barely have swept the floor in the kitchen. I haven't had time because I've been working. I've had truck problems. I know Sonia, the blue-eyed Cherokee Princess, would be more than happy to come up and help me. But she's clear down in Hastings. I don't know. I'd have to go get her. William Brody is on board. Welcome aboard. Diane, let's see. My daughter lost her job. Oh, man. 5 years as director of financial aid, and he expects to replace her cheaply. I'm just going to come right out and say it, Diane. That sucks donkey dick. What the hell? Oh, I'd be pissed. And the sad irony, your daughter was the director of financial aid. Now they want to replace her with somebody cheaper. Well, they think she was cooking the books. I don't know. Now, was that a government-related job? Sounds like it, kind of. Social Security has to support 4 people now. That's ridiculous too, Diane. That's sad and ridiculous. Well, thank you. I'm glad you agree with me, Diane. You were going to be the featured channel once again, but then I remembered you're not a content creator. It's hard to get screenshots from off your channel. Speaking of the channel, the featured channel, I should change the background. And yes, I have a ticket ready for whoever guesses correctly. Oh, this one will give it away probably. Hint, fantastic photography. When she started college, wasn't even eligible for any federal. Wow. So she took care of all the grants, etc. Oh, you know what? Oh, you're gonna laugh at this one, everybody. You know my Yeah, Michelle knows. She's intuitive, and Linda knows, and Diane knows, and pretty much everybody here knows that what I have been more blue about than anything. Well, then, just as La Fortuna was gasping her last breath, fortunately at the top of the hill up here, which I almost made it to the cottage with it, I was on the phone. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to be on the phone when you're driving. They're really cracking down on that stuff here in the state of Michigan, anyways. But my friend Kathy calls. And we're chit-chatting a little bit, and I felt good about hearing from her and told her about Holly being moved out and, this and that. I didn't tell her anything else much. I just said I've had kind of a run of bad luck. And then all of a sudden she says, something's changed for me. Now, this is a girl of interest to me for 12 years. And I thought, well, maybe it's time to revisit. Yeah, dollar, what is that? Day late, dollar short. She says, can you come over? I moved in with my new boyfriend, and he's got a pinball machine that needs a look at, and his washing machine's getting oil on my clothes. Is that something? I said, well, you're going to need to replace the washing machine. I'll be glad to take a look at the pinball machine. And by the way, I can't seem to buy a relationship. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, William, they do. They do that crap all the time. But anyways, back to Kathy. And this was about 10 years ago. She was doing that for a nonprofit organization, getting all the grants written out and all this. She was the top dog at this kind of a county reach out nonprofit organization where people could go in and they could get help, either applying for DHS help or food stamps, or they had a gifts. They had a food bank there where people, you fill out, and if you made under a certain amount per year, combined household income, you could, get food handed to you. Anyway, she was the top dog there, and she was the one responsible for getting all of these grants in order to keep all these people happy and healthy and wise and wealthy. I don't know how that poem goes. Anyways, they decided that she was too expensive to keep around. So same thing that happened to your daughter, Diane. Yeah, it's no wonder people get, sour milk taste in their mouth. Just because you're working for a nonprofit doesn't mean you are guaranteed a damn thing. Yeah, Nancy. It's just the luck of the draw. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it takes two to make a relationship, and maybe relationships don't last because when you finally figure the other person out. But now, that doesn't mean a thing either. People change. They just change. I don't know. In my mind, girls seem to change more often. But maybe that's a misnomer as well. I've certainly have changed in my life. I changed because I realized I was trying to be somebody that they wanted me to be. And it took a while to realize not possible. I am who I am. And Timmy will be proud. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Are you happy now, Timmy? I am's what I am's. Okay, the dogs went out. Most states crack down cell phones in hand now. Yes. Yeah, they got signs and billboards all over up here, and then talk about it on the radio. And oh, Diane's in Indiana, so yeah. And Roy's in Arizona, but James is in Pennsylvania. Entire office staff from admissions on down is turning in resignations. You know, if they can afford to do that, kudos, because they obviously love your daughter. You know, does vengeance in a way work into play here to punish that nonprofit organization or whatever organization it was that she was the financial aid person for? Maybe. Yeah, Patsy and I, she's the one that got me this Shift Smart job and got me involved with Shift Smart. And I'll tell you what, the next time I talk to Shift Smart, I said, okay, are there any available jobs like you have? I mean, these people are probably sitting in their underwear telling people where to go and work. And they collect the money from PepsiCo, let's say, and then they pay me. And I'm sure there's some money left over. And they're doing this from home. I could do it from Synchronicity anywhere where there's a cell phone signal. Hello. We'll see. I'm of the opinion that I've been a guinea pig for bringing on PepsiCo contract with ShiftSmart. In fact, I know I have. They've taken the application rules and here's your next step, and here's your next step, and here's your next step. And I've texted them, so this is bullshit. You need to do it this way, this way, this way. It would make a whole lot more sense and take up a lot less time and be a lot less frustrating to an employee who wants to do this job. Guess what? The application now reflects my suggestions, and they're working. So I'm kind of proud of that. So yeah, my next step is I want to move up. I want to be CEO. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Maybe I should start my own company. But that's cool. That's loyalty. I've seen that happen in other job locations, job things like GPM. They hired a new manager for one of the stores. In fact, that's the Coopersville store that I'd love to go back and do some work for, but the jobs never seem to come up anymore. Somebody's grabbing them before my stupid no signal phone finds out about them. And Patsy hasn't been able to work because her car's been broke down for over a month now. Yeah, she's hurting bad. And nothing I can do to help her. It's not much better. But anyway, KT's got to leave. Okay. Thank you for coming on board. Okay. Dolphins just went by again. I lost my train of thought. The Coopersville store, the lady that came on as the new manager, and she's an excellent manager. She brought 3 people with her from her old gas station. Same company, different location, and these 3 people said, we're not working at this station without her. So somehow, some way, she managed to bring those employees with her to the new location. That says a lot for a person like that, in my opinion. And yes, if I didn't have PepsiCo come up, I'd be chomping at the bit to continue to work at that location. I'd kind of be still wanting to choose my own hours as I do with Shift Smart. I mean, it's almost a choose your own hours. And actually, Shift Smart's been pretty good about, I've asked them, I said, you know what, that time frame is not working for me. Could I go in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon rather than 3 o'clock in the afternoon? And they made it so. Even though they would rather you come in a little bit later when the trucks have delivered the product. Well, it didn't matter on that particular shift that they changed it for me. And it gave me time. That was Wednesday. That gave me time to go live from the auto show. Never do that again. At least not there. Not for that auto show and not for that location. The VFW, I'm sorry, but the VFW hall in Cedar Springs, whoever thinks he's the straw boss, well, I didn't have words with him, but he was adamant that I leave. So I did. I was not causing any harm to anyone. Story for another day. Michelle's going to work part-time in Virginia. Then she's coming back to Florida, and they called Pizza Hut Geriatric Pizza Hut. Hey, as long as we can do deliveries. Oh my goodness. Oh, Brene, I didn't know you were not feeling well. All right, blessings and good vibes towards you. I hope you get to feeling better. And yeah. See what else I'm missing here. Oh, yeah, well, I happened to catch Debbie Moore yesterday, and she was talking about being old. And she was like, no, she was funny yesterday. She's putting on her makeup like she very often does, And she's a very attractive lady. And yeah, she's 67, I think. I don't know, 68, something like that. Who cares? She's attractive. But she was like, I guess she probably gets guys in there. And she even said women flirting with her, Well, okay, why not? But she kind of like, man, I don't like that. I'm like, okay, and I actually wrote to her. I says, I'm going to have to cry BS on that. It's like these young girls in their 20s, and it's summer. Hey, I enjoy summer. No matter where you go. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. It's almost like Walmart's clothing optional. Okay. We had each other's back when we threw our backs out. Yeah. Yeah, well, there is a saying, and it's been going on for a number of years. I thought at first it was just to help us Social Security recipients, get a little extra pocket change. But no, it was actually serious on these companies' parts. Fast food chains, the pizza places, and now it's expanded. Companies, yeah, other than maybe the nonprofit ones, Diane, but companies like, say, I don't know, let's just pick one out of the blue. Let's pick Wendy's. It's starting to change, but for a number of years, I noticed that everybody that worked at Wendy's was older than I was. Why? Because older people know how to work. The younger, I don't know, there's a generation that maybe in between, well, definitely not my generation, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know all these Generation X and Generation Blue and Generation blah, blah. I don't give a shit. But somewhere along the line, there's still quite a bit of them around, of what I'm hearing. I have a friend that's manages for, can't remember the name. She works for a large company. And the large company, in turn, owns a lot of fast food restaurants like KFC. I don't know. Wendy's, maybe? Anyways, whatever. I don't know if it's General Mills or who it is, but it's a large corporation. They would rather have older workers because the older workers will work. They would rather pay older workers. But now these younger workers, they want $15 an hour, and they don't want to do shit. I don't go to drive-ups because they'll get the order wrong. Unless you actually, you kind of learn when you go inside, you can usually see the people working the drive-up window. Now, it would depend on what time of day. You don't see as many older senior citizens working the night shifts, so to speak, at these fast food places. You know what? I don't blame them. I want to be home in the evening hours too. Whether home is the motor home or whether home is here at the cottage, whichever. I have, all that being said, I wouldn't work at a fast food place unless it was desperate. It's my sister. Yo, I'm live streaming right now. I'll call you back. But I was almost rude to my sister. I feel bad. Anyways, yeah, I think there's a generation that seems to say, gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm entitled. I said, yeah, I agree, William. We went to work. I was the kind that went to work before I even got punched in. If there was trash in the parking lot, I picked it up on my way in. I didn't get paid for picking that trash up. I picked it up for free, so to speak. Myself. Was it because of that little flask you were worried about breaking, falling out of your inside pocket? I used to keep mine back when before they came out with these tankless toilets. You used to keep the beer or the bottle of booze in the back of the toilet. Lift the lid, put the bottle in there, and let it chill. The sundowners. Okay, I get you. I burn the midnight oil at 8:30 most nights. Like, why are these birds still singing? It's 10 o'clock at night. Couldn't be held responsible. I like that. Uh-oh, Roy's hurting too? Oh, That's from installing, mega solar panels. Roy wants to be the next green source of energy for Quartzsite, Arizona. He is looking to find 100-foot extension cords wholesale. So if you know of anybody, please let Roy and Becky know. Yeah, you're right, Bernae. Yeah, I have tried the gummies. Yeah, guess I'm one of those that it doesn't do a damn thing. Waste of money for me. They don't work. Yeah, electric co-op. There you go, Roy. I bet you do, Michelle. I can't wait to hear them. I'll be waiting for them. I'll check you out. Oh, yeah, laughter is the best medicine. Even for physical, you got to be able to try to laugh it off and just keep pushing forward best you can. Look at James Catanese. Hello? He's able to keep pushing forward. All the shit that's happened to his family and him, he keeps pushing forward, and he's able to chuckle about things. And that's good. And then there's the emotional, psychological part. That laughter truly is the best medicine, in my opinion, there. Thank you, Art Linkletter. I see that. Yeah. Hey, I would totally agree, Michelle. I wished it worked for me. I don't need it to be goofy. I'm goofy enough. In fact, I was offered a joint. Oh, I won't say when. But I was offered to share, and I said, no. Oh, what's the matter? You're against it? No, I'm not against it whatsoever. I mean, I used to partake back when I was in my 20s. You don't want to be in the same room with me when I'm high. You will not get a word in edgewise. I'm sorry to say. I already have the gift of gab. I may even do a special live stream about that. And if I'm stoned, I'm just nonstop for hours. Shit keeps coming out of my mouth. Yeah, you don't. People trying to get free pizzas make you go back. Yeah. I've been there, done that. This was back in, I was in my 30s. I did some pizza delivering for, what's the name of that company? I can't remember. But anyways, I've done that, and I'm like, oh, come on, you people. It was, yeah, you asked for the pizza that they said was wrong, and you need it back, but they ate it. I wouldn't doubt they were stoning too. Yeah, I do get the munchies if I partake. So, number one, you don't want me yakking, till 5 o'clock in the morning, and you don't want me in your house because I will clean your refrigerator out. Justin Castino, welcome aboard. I'm sorry I'm not going to be on here, but for maybe 5 or 10 minutes more. Yeah, the recreational side was fun back in the day. Yeah, now it's from pain and the fuse back. Yeah, a lot of people use medicinal marijuana, cannabis, CBD oils. I think there's even a CBD type of, what is that, those vapes. Yeah, I think there's even something like that out there. I'm not sure. I think that's what Sonia, I took her to one of the cannabis outlet places that we have now. There's like 3 of them in Cedar Springs, just up the road. I don't think there's one in Sparta. I mean, Sparta might be a little more old-fashioned, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, I wish it worked for my pain, and maybe it does. The gummies certainly don't. The gummies just make my jaws hurt. Like eating a piece of flavored rubber, and no effect, no pain deadening, no anything. Well, I guess I save my money that way, right? But yeah, we do need laughter. I certainly do. And if you don't, well, then just go blow. Yeah, I've tried. No, that's not it. This looks like it, but it's not it. The CBD oil the bottle looks just like this, but it has a green cap. This is actually acrylic ink in the sepia color. I had to order it special because Mark, Hitch Up and Toe, he wanted his poker chip to be sepia. So I had to order this because the local hardware store does not carry sepia paint. But anyways, I got some oil and I tried it, 3 drops on the tongue. Did nothing. Oh, something about a cruise ship crashing into a pier. God, you got ulcerative colitis? Man, that's rough. I've known people with that, and they were just, oh man, they're just hurting bad. Can't comprehend the gummy effect. Just eat a bunch. Maybe it just takes time to kick in. I don't know. I'm impatient. I can't wait that long. All right. It is time, Michelle. I agree. Tonight, 6 p.m., I'll be here. Holly will not. I may be here in the studio at the cottage, or I may be across the street at the park giving that a try for the signal, if the weather is decent. So far, it's still gloomy. I don't see the sun coming out just yet. But I'll be out in the yard this afternoon. I got to find the cutoff saw for Dennis. He wants to cut the catalytic converter completely off of his car. And I'll be, getting the wheels loosened, at least, and the new truck jacked up and put it on blocks and jack stands in order to do the brake jobs tomorrow. So that's all on the list for this afternoon, unless it rains. So I'll be putting out a thumbnail for tonight's broadcast, and we'll go from there. In the meanwhile, see you at 6 p.m. Eastern. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Thank you for being aboard, mateys. I will, Nancy.